what to do with my hand.
Hi, it's Jane from the Compassion Project, and I am super excited to be here with a really, really good friend of mine, Amanda Stepenko.
I am now Zayonce, actually. It's my married name.
Oh, Zayonce?
Zayonce. Zayonce, if you like.
Zayonce. Oh, I like that. So, yes, Amanda is married to Mike. Your second anniversary is coming up, right?
Yep.
Woohoo. So Amanda is an incredible friend of mine, and she has this zest for life like nobody I know.
You're more zesty than anyone.
Super positive, and when you're around her, just contagious. But also, she's very into health and really about healing the body through health. You've done a lot in your life. So Amanda was with the Amanda was with the Canadian Bobsled team from 2002 to 2010. So she was the driver in the for a two-man bobsled, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that takes a special type of person. You have to be focused, driven, right?
A little bit crazy, maybe a lot.
A little bit crazy. Yeah, so she did that for 8 years, and then she coached the Canadian Bobsled team for 2 years.
Right. Yep.
Yeah. And then after that, when that was in Calgary, Amanda's mom ended up getting sick with cancer, and Amanda left Calgary and left to be the bobsled team to take care of her mom. And it's interesting how life is, because that led us to becoming friends, because I worked at a clinic and she was looking more into natural health to help heal your mom.
Yes.
With food. That kind of started your journey on food and
it
health.
Really did. It started the whole kickstart, everything that's happened since then in my professional life and personal life, and everything with my family as well. So yeah, some things you feel like are a negative situation in your life, they actually turn out to be one of the most positive things that could ever happen to you. So yeah, amazing.
That's true. And your mom's doing good still?
She's doing pretty good. Yeah, it's been 7.5 years with stage 4 pancreatic metastatic cancer. So she is literally a walking miracle.
Wow.
No doctor can figure out how she's still alive with her amount of tumors that she started with and the severity of the prognosis and what she looked like. No one can figure out why she's still here. So she's still here because she's a blessing from God. And
wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah. So I remember when I was working at HealthWorks and you came in and I knew about your mom and her story and you were like, my life has changed drastically because now I'm sleepy with my mom. It was like you're back to being a teenager.
Yeah. Yes.
But you loved her and she's doing good. So I'm excited. Yeah. So I just really want you to share what you're doing now. I know Amanda works for a health company, Assured Natural, sales rep.
I'm a sales rep. Yep.
Yeah.
For Natural Factors and Assured. Yep.
Yeah. So maybe just tell people a bit about that and how things have changed for you since this social distancing. What's happening with you?
Well, I've always loved health supplements and just health stuff in general. And so when all this stuff happened with my mom, it was really the calling that I was always wondering. Certain people are like, oh, I know I want to be a doctor, or I know I want to be a lawyer or whatever. And I was like, I don't have that calling. I just like to do sports. I don't understand what my calling is. And all this happened, and working at different clinics and different health food stores and such, I really found I wanted to be a sales rep for a supplement company. That way I could talk about supplements and health and be in front of people who were interested in learning about that kind of stuff and helping their customers with information about the products. And so so it's been an amazing experience. I used to, before all this, COVID stuff started happening, got to drive around to health food stores and talk about my products or our company's products and do trainings on, the benefits of the products and stuff like that. And so It kind of served multiple different, layers of things that I enjoy doing in my life, and
Because you
being.
were traveling quite a bit, right?
Yeah, so I would manage northern Alberta. So yeah, just driving around to all the little health food stores or bigger health food stores in northern Alberta and talking to them about the products and that kind of stuff, setting up promotions and all that kind of stuff around the products. And so yeah, so now we're not able to go to any of our health food stores, and so now it's all working from home, just making phone calls, emails. We're trying to do more of these, video chat conferences with our whole team.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's changed a lot. I mean, the one thing that hasn't changed is being a sales rep. I'm the only person in Northern Alberta, so there wasn't any of my colleagues I would ever really see anyways. I talk to my boss on the phone daily and my colleagues, here and there. So that's kind of something that hasn't changed, which is interesting. But all of my customers I now service just via the phone, which is strange. It feels really weird to do that because that's part of I think I'm pretty good at just naturally making friends or building just friendly relationships, and so a phone call seems really impersonable.
Well, your company's doing really well now. You're in one of the industries that, with this coronavirus and the global pandemic, it has actually gotten busier because people want to get healthy. Now they're all
It's amazing. I think that's just the nature of humans in general, right? It really takes a kick in the butt to kind of realize, oh, my health is actually important and maybe I should do something about it. And so, yeah, our company is doing better than it has done in a really long time. Health food stores in general are being taken over kind of by the Amazons of the world, right? And so the little mom and pop health food stores have really been suffering a lot. And now, I mean, they're slammed, they're busy. So it's nice to see in a weird kind of a way, right? You never want something like this to be the reason why you're benefiting, but if this actually helps people understand health food stores are important, and the supplements that are in them can actually do something for me, I think that's really exciting. So I hope that this trend is something that continues for a long time, right? So take care of yourselves. Take care of yourselves.
So what is it? What would be the thing that's really your biggest seller? Is it like zinc, immune boosters? What is really the sales
Vitamin C is crazy. Zinc is crazy. We have this really beautiful product. It's called Antiviral. And it comes from, so we have an organic farm in Armstrong, BC, and they grow this beautiful type of echinacea. And it's like hand weeded and hand harvested, and it's from these heirloom beautiful non-GMO seeds. And I was so blessed to get to go to the farm last year and see this amazing place. And so this antiviral product is from the farm, so it's this really amazing mixture of different herbs. One of them is echinacea, and so that is a very big.
So people all want to make sure their immune systems are healthy. But Amanda and I were talking a little bit before, because I think it's really important, and we both are on the same page, is that this whole time of uncertainty where we don't know what's going to happen, and they do feel out of control. There's three things you can always control, right? We were talking about, you can control what you put in your body. And Amanda's very good on health, and because of helping her mom heal and other family members that you've had help with health issues, it's what we put in. We can control that, right? Because it makes you feel so good when you're eating healthy. And then the other thing is the thoughts we think, like how we think, and then the amount of exercise we get. Those three things we can all control.
Yes.
Yeah. So you eat really healthy, right? You and Mike. You're on it.
We do. Actually, Mike is in the kitchen right now making a delicious organic vegetable soup and we make bone broth from the humanely raised free-range chickens that we get. We have a friend, her name's Amanda, and she has a farm, and she has some nice happy chickens, and so every now and again we'll make a chicken, and then this beautiful, amazing chicken broth, which is great for your immune system and your cells and stuff. And yeah, so lots of soups and lots of healthy things. I've got my extreme health over here, which I mean, just water in general is super important for your body. Your dehydrated brain, when they do a scan on it, looks the exact same as a diseased brain that's full of dementia, Alzheimer's, all the plaques and stuff like that. So how important even just drinking water
Well,
can
now
be.
I feel that you had water. I had coffee.
Well, there is water in coffee, so that's
Coffee. Okay, I gotta watch the coffee and the wine.
yes, I also indulge in those things in the evening too.
But lots of water. So, but we can control food because we all know that when you're not eating good, you don't feel good. Even though stress can lead to not eating well, you're not going to feel good. So you can control what you put in your body, and then the amount of exercise. You've always been into exercise. This girl, she'd come to stay with me. We do stairs. Hey, you'd be like up the stairs, and I'm like.
I think you beat me quite a few times up those stairs.
But it's exercise, getting out in the fresh air.
Yes.
For people you can control these things. You can get out in the fresh air. You can exercise, right? Even if it's just a walk. Like Ed and I went out this morning, and you exercise. You got the two big dogs. Amanda has two dogs that she's homeschooling, I guess, right now.
Yeah.
How's that going?
Yes. They're doing very well. They just get very muddy when they go outside, which then gives me more exercise vacuuming and washing my floor. So it's an exciting time of year. I'm happy that it's sunny and warm.
Yeah, but Amanda you have done some amazing things because her and Mike, you guys love to hike and she did. How many years ago was it you did Peru? You went and climbed.
It would have been
Machu Picchu.
Yeah. I went on a couple-week tour of Peru with a friend, and hiked a bunch through the mountains and stuff like that. 2012 or 13.
Yeah, that was amazing. So she's always hiking, and you know the value of that for your mental health to get out.
Well, they do say, I mean, even a 30-minute cardiovascular workout, just walking, is actually proven to be more beneficial than an antidepressant.
Wow.
So, the benefit of moving your body. We're meant to move, right? They have that book, The Blue Zones, about all the healthiest, longest living centenarians. Is that the right word? I think I always get that wrong. If you're 100 years plus, and these communities, it's always the seniors who are they're out and about every day. They're working on the land. They're making fresh food. They're growing their own foods. They're eating healthy things, right? It's I think seems to be North America, we like to compartmentalize everything, like our body. Who cares what we put in here? It doesn't matter what kind of food we eat, and like if there's something broken in your brain, then we fix the brain, but we never look at what's going on in our gut that maybe is affecting our brain. We now know that there's a huge link between your bacteria in your gut and your bacteria in your brain. They're now thinking that there's actually more bacteria in your brain than your gut. And so it's like this whole amazing symbiotic relationship that we don't really ever look at. It's like we're like these robots that just put something in here and just do your work and call it a day and go watch some TV. Well, it's not a life, right? And so that's actually something that has really changed for my mom. Was she was not eating healthy food. She was not drinking any water. She just through a lot of just grief and trauma from the past of losing my dad from brain cancer. I mean, her whole life involved just make it through the day, go to work, and then come home late at night so you don't feel lonely, eat some bad food, watch a show, and go to bed. Like that was, and she lived to go on vacations, which is a great, release and enjoyment, but you need your day-to-day to have so much more. Our life wasn't meant to be like that. And through her prognosis of cancer, she was actually she's lived more now than she had 2 decades before that.
Wow.
She eats better, she drinks her water, she takes her supplements. She found this amazing group of friends who unfortunately at the moment she can't see. They're all FaceTiming, which is really cute. That they're all these older, 70 to 80-year-old women are all FaceTiming each other, and which
That's
is
so good.
Yeah, it's really cute.
Yeah. Are you able to see your mom, like with the social distancing? How are you guys managing that?
Actually, we have stayed apart. We were just going for walks outside. She'd come over. The dogs really, really love their Nana. When I start yelling Nana, they freak out and run around the house. And so she comes over and we go for walks and we try to stay apart. We actually just saw her yesterday. We went to her house because she got some test results. And so she wanted us to be there. So I was like, it's been 14 days since Mike got home from work, and so we're like, we're fine, and you really need us. And so it was like, sometimes you just gotta make a concession for things, but other than that, we haven't we've tried to just meet outside and stay apart and go for a walk like that. So
because you're such a social person. I was thinking about you. I thought, oh, it's gonna be hard for Amanda. She likes to hug everyone, and she's busy and she has so many friends, and I was like, you have to recreate this. I think it's more physical distancing than social, right?
Yeah, I think that's the new term is physical. I was actually, when we went to my mom's yesterday, we got the niece and nephew who just lived down the road, and we're like, hey, come out for a walk. We did the Red Rover, call Avery over, and so they came out of the house and we went for a walk, and they're 13 and 11, and they're like, oh, we're social distancing. I was like, it's not social distancing, you guys, it's physical distancing. Get the terms. And so we're just having a joke about it.
It's a better term because we can still be social.
Yeah, and that's actually something Esther Perel is a relationship psychologist. She's on the Tim Ferriss show. She has her own blogs, podcasts and stuff like that, but she was definitely talking about that and how you don't need to disconnect from being social. That's not what you need to do. You just need the physical distance, but find and create new ways to be social. Adapt to what's going on. So
it's true. So, and then the last thing we want to talk a bit about was that the thoughts, being control of how we think, right?
Oh, man.
Because it's the food you put in, the exercise, and then the thoughts that you think.
Yes. I mean, the awareness of what you're thinking. I think it takes discipline, as you and I have talked about, of really realizing how you're thinking and the moods that it's creating and how much you really can control all of that. Like, I was just, even this morning, I was like, I was kind of like cranky about like making some coffee for Mike. I was like, he's in bed and making his coffee. And then I was like, okay, he does so much for you. You literally have the best husband ever. He's amazing. You should be so lucky to make him some coffee. And I was like, yeah, what a nice thing to do. So I made him coffee and I brought it to him in bed, and I was like, why am I such a jerk? But it really is. But then it's that awareness of like, you can change this whole reality right now. Just change your mind, change your attitude.
Yeah. Even I remember getting up with Maya in the middle of the night. Sometimes the dog will get up. I'm like, oh my God, the dog is downstairs. I'm like, seriously, you need to go outside. Then I'm like, wait, oops. I'm so grateful for my dog. I literally would be like, stop the crazy mind and be like, no, I'm so grateful for her. I'm happy I have this little dog to let her out. And then you changes your whole attitude.
Yeah.
I know. You and I've talked a lot about it, the being aware and being grateful and how you can change it.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's always a challenge. It's like choosing to eat your vegetables over the bag of chips that's sitting in front of you. It's choosing to go for a walk versus sitting. I could sit and watch probably the entire 4 seasons of Outlander right now. I could just watch it all. But it's like, okay, stop. Like, you've enjoyed this time. You need to go and have a shower and get ready for bed, or you need to go outside and you need to go do something, right? Like, it's making a choice.
I mean, you know, life to be. And it's that trying in everything and all this uncertainty to just have that positive mindset, because there's not one person on this earth that has the power to control your thoughts except you. No one can make you feel less than, no one can make you feel sad. It's you. No one gets into your head and is like, you're going to think this. We're all in charge of what we think. And I think that's the most powerful thing that people can be aware of to get through this, to become aware and switch it. Like, oh, I'm talking negative. Okay, switch it.
Yeah.
And Yeah. Anyway, you and I could talk. Amanda and I could talk for hours. So
Yeah. We could. Yeah.
whoever stayed on till the end, thank you. But anyway, thanks for joining me today.
Thanks for having me.
You're
Always
amazing.
lovely to see and chat with you.
Yes, it is. All right. Okay. Thanks, Amanda.
Hi, Jane.
We'll,
Talk soon.
we'll put in the comments. You mentioned a book that I think we should put in the comments. It's something. I don't know what it was, a Blue Zone or something. What did you mention?
Blue Zones.
The book. I think we should put that in the comments, and then maybe that podcast so people can get that. Yeah. Yeah. Awesome.
It's a good
Read
one.
that. Okay. Thanks.
Okay. Bye, Jane.
Bye.